Well, hello there, and welcome to the Geeknd Live. Was that smooth enough for you? Yeah, we played the titles, and I don't think it went wrong. Welcome once again to the Geeknd Live here on the Geeknd, where we make content on Star Wars, Marvel, and more. And every week we go live on a Thursday and basically chat about a few Star Wars stories, other movie pop culture stories that have been in the news this week, and we do it together. This is an interactive live show, so the chat, you in the chat are very much a part of this stream, and you watching in the future as well on the replay, do leave a comment. And mostly, I've been a little bit bad for the last few weeks, and I do apologize. I feel bad for being bad, but I have been bad recently at replying to comments, but generally I'm pretty good. So leave a comment if you're watching in the future. If you want to, you don't have to, but welcome wherever you are on this football we call planet Earth. I am Jamie. Welcome to this channel. If it is your first time, I hope you're well, and if you're not well, I hope you get better soon. So what we are going to talk about in this week's alleged entertainment is the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Remember that. We're going to talk about it. Not for long, don't worry. Also, Darth Vader's house, kind of. And Indiana Jones set picks. So there are no spoilers here. There are potential spoilers. There's some speculation, some connections that people have made from these Indiana Jones set pictures that have been leaked. So it's not a leak because it's them setting up the set. You don't see Harrison Ford on set, although Harrison Ford has been sighted in the UK. He's here. Indy is in the house. So we're going to talk a little bit about that as well. And also, I'm coming over to the chat in a second to say hello to people. But I noticed Gaz in the chat asked for no spoilers, no comic spoilers anyway, for the War of the Bounty Hunters, which, you know what? You know me, I don't read Star Wars books. I don't read books in general, to be honest. And that also extends to comics as well. Although comics are more my jam. There was a time when I was a reader of all the different formats of words on paper and also pictures as well. But those days have gone. However, I've been on Twitter a little bit this week, and I have seen the frenzy towards this comic and something that happens at the end of it. Thankfully, I've not been completely spoiled. I've seen clues, so I kind of have an idea in my head. But again, it's a blurry idea. I haven't been fully spoiled. So I'm with Gaz here. No spoilers for that, please, because he hasn't got his copy yet, I think he said. And I have been inspired, based on the buzz that I'm seeing on Twitter, I have been inspired to download it. So I have downloaded it, and I'm going to read it. Maybe tomorrow, if not tonight. Tomorrow it could be useful for me because I had my second jab, shot, dose, whatever you want to call it, of the good stuff, the anti-COVID juice. So if it's anything like the first one, I am expecting a sorry day tomorrow. So a downloaded comic might help get me through a little bit of it, at least, and a curry. Comic and a curry. What more could you want from life? All right, I'm popping over to the chat to say hello, and we'll dig into some of those stories. Glenn was first. David also as well. I hope you enjoyed your hike the other day with your wife or your partner, at least. Who else? Gaz, as mentioned. Yeah, there he is. He said he has not received his issue yet of the War of the Bounty Hunters. Did I call it that? Did I get it right? You know, I'm learning when it comes to Star Wars comics and books and what have you. I'll get there one day. You'll get me. You'll make a book reader out of me one day. You all made me a Clone Wars watcher, didn't you? Who else? Stanley Otti is here as well. Hello, Stanley. And if you are new to the stream, say hello to the chat. There are many familiar faces and names. They're a friendly bunch. I keep an eye on them. I keep an eye on the chat, even when I'm waffling, rambling about stuff. I always keep an eye on the chat because whilst, you know, they are a nice bunch, you can never 100% trust them, so I keep an eye just to make sure that they're not plotting an uprising or something. Frogger is here as well. Guten Tag, Frogger. And who else? Richard. Welcome back, Richard. And Pridonian is here. Welcome, Pridonian. And I think that's it. Is that it? No, I saw Chad for Stopwatch Campbell, who does his best to keep this show to a 30-minute show. Does his best, but his best ain't good enough. He fails on a weekly basis. Chad's been on holiday. I hope you had a good holiday, Chad. Clays is here. Hello, Clays. And also, thank you for joining the Patreon this week, Clays. I sent you a message today. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but thank you once again. And North Dwarf is here. Welcome, North Dwarf. It is your first time in the live stream, isn't it? You're a regular in the comments with your thumbs up emojis. Lee is here as well. Hello, Lee. Lee, I'm glad you enjoyed the most recent episode of These Are the Actors You're Looking For. I saw your comment today. That is our monthly Star Wars interview series, tends to be with actors, hence the title, These Are the Actors You're Looking For. And the most recent episode was with Christina De Silva, Carol Christina De Silva, I should say. And she played Rabe the Handmaiden in The Phantom Menace. And I would like to add that, some people could be dismissive about the people that I interview, small roles, etc. Often they have the best stories, those who played the so-called smallest roles. But actually, she was heavily involved in the production of The Phantom Menace. She was there in the studios in the UK. She was on location in the UK, the forest scenes, and also in Italy as well on location. The handmaidens, whilst they were, in the background a bit, they were heavily involved in the production because, they were doing their thing as the entourage, the Queen Amidala. And also she had a line. Not many of the handmaidens had a line. I guess her and Keira Knightley. That's it. Anyway, back to the chat. Jamie Armstrong Hitchens is here. He is a regular in the comments, not a regular on the live, but he is here for another rare cameo. Good to see you back, Jamie. And also Simon D, summing it all up. You'll never find a more friendly hive of fun and mimicry. Yeah. What else? Who else? I think that's it. No, Star Wars Meg is here. She just got here via installing a new air cooler. Yeah, it is warm in the UK. My lighting's probably going really weird because there's light shining in on the shed and it keeps going in and out and ruining the camera settings. So yeah, we've had a hot one in the UK, hence me wearing a t-shirt. Yeah, freshly second jabbed arm for you there. Or shot arm. I know you say shot in the States. We say jab or shot or dose here, but jab's the kind of common, I guess, informal way of saying it. But anyway, Sige is here. Yeah, Sige has band practice on a Thursday. We're going to have to at some point rearrange the Geekend Live to fit in with your band practice, Sige, because I don't like being without you. Okay. Right. We are going to talk about stuff. All right. That's how it works. So has anybody seen this? Has anybody seen this? Does anybody want to see this? Maybe not. Now, this is a story about the Super Mario Bros. movie. Never did I think I would be talking about this movie ever again. I saw it in 1993. I was very, very young back in 1993. And to be honest, therefore, did not hate it. Don't remember particularly loving it, but it was a movie of my childhood. Nevertheless, it never left me. It never left me. And also Bob Hoskins, by the way, on the road where I grew up in the West Midlands in England, Bob Hoskins, I think it was his cousin lived down the road. So there we go. I lived near to a relative of Bob Hoskins. So I knew that at the time of seeing this film. So I guess that was a sort of a real world random connection I had to Mario. Right. Anyway, if you did watch this film in 1993 and you felt that it just wasn't quite long enough, if only this cinematic experience I have just experienced could have been 20 minutes longer. Well, fast forward to 2021, and you are in luck. Finally, your dreams, your request has been answered, because there is now a new version of the Super Mario Bros. Movie. But don't worry. Frogger is causing a frenzy in the chat room. This is why I keep an eye on the chat. You know, I'm suspicious of some of you, you know, trying to cause an uprising. It's not going to be 5 hours long. It's not 5 hours long. It's just a little extra 20 minutes if the original film wasn't long enough for you. But yeah, so there is a bit of a story to this. Where is it? Here we go. So you might remember Super Mario Bros., the movie archive. I am reading this off /film.com, by the way. A website that came into possession of not /film, but Super Mario Bros., the movie archive. That is a website that came into possession of a VHS tape from an auction that featured items from the estate of producer Roland Joffe. Is it Joffe or Joffe? I want to say Joffe. Makes me feel a little bit more, I don't know, intelligent. But then I continue speaking, and then quickly people realize, no, he's not intelligent. Anyway, the tape contained 15 minutes. Hang on, we were promised 20. 15 minutes of additional scenes that were not in the movie and were never included in any of the home video releases. They even released one of the clips online, but now they've gone one step further and restored all of the once lost footage back into the movie. So yeah, that's basically what they've done. They have done their own kind of fan edit, I guess. If you head over to Internet Archive, so there's a hyperlink here on the /film.com article. You can watch, but I'm warning you, if you do click on the link, you will be led to a page where you can watch the longer version of the Super Mario Bros. Movie if you really want to punish yourself. I might do this tomorrow because I'm definitely going to be really ill tomorrow. So maybe I'll do it. Suitable punishment. Anyway, the extended cut is there, which takes the film's running time from 104 minutes to 125 minutes. The new footage includes scenes that were completely wiped from the final cut and extended versions of scenes that were trimmed down. We're not sure where the extra 5 minutes of footage came from outside of the previously mentioned VHS tape, but does it really matter? No. We're getting 20 extra minutes of one of the most fascinatingly terrible movies ever made. I'm tempted to do this tomorrow because tomorrow is definitely going to be a bed day. And, you know, it doesn't matter if I'm not quite taking it all in. It's probably a good thing. And again, I didn't hate it as a kid. So it would be interesting to watch it now as a sort of grown up. Oh, yeah, Goombas in the elevator. Right, so anyway, there's that. I did not expect this to be, you know, in my life, let alone in this stream, an extra long version of the Super Mario Bros. Movie from 1993. What do you guys think? Does anybody think anything about this? Have I lost everybody from bringing this up? Sid seems to be in the same boat as me. Not seen Mario since I was a kid. Loved it, but I reckon it's bare garbage on reflection. Yeah, I don't know if I loved it as a kid. I think I definitely didn't hate it. And I remember going to the cinema to see it, and it has made a mark on me. I remember it being weird, and I remember us quite enjoying the Goombas at school. I need to revisit this. I'm not sure if my mind's that different, my brain's that different to how it was back then. Yeah, once again, panic over, people. It's not a 5-hour cut, despite what Frogger is suggesting here. 96 hours of Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I'd take that. I would actually take that. Astramus, hello to you. Sige is back with more on Mario. I did, however, have a Mario action figure that I nearly left on holiday, and my mum saved it from a rock pool. Hero, mum. Hero. I think it fell out of my bum bag. Very 90s. That is very 90s. Wasn't there there's like bum bags? Are bum bags back in? I mean, they should never be back in, really, but I feel like they are back in, or at least there's those little kind of like little bags that I see the youths hanging around these days. So not quite bum bags, which have a very different name in the States, of course. The FPs. Right. I don't know if I've missed anything here. Lee, my friend, owns a 35mm film print of Spaceballs with extra scenes not available anywhere. I watched it. Very cool. How did your friend get hold of this? And is it really not available anywhere else? Are you like one of only like, is it just you and your friend that have seen this? I'm essentially suggesting that your friend only has one friend, and that friend is you, Lee. I imagine if he has more than you as a friend, then more people have seen this. But that is very cool. That is very cool. Right. Where am I? I think I've hashtag released the Goomba cut. So this site does a thing where it skips down the chat every now and again. So I end up missing things. Frogger is a huge Mel Brooks fan. I've seen that. If there's anything I've missed that's vitally important in regards to this Super Mario Bros. Story, I imagine surely there's so much vital information to add to this story. Then please copy and paste it back in. Clays has never seen it. You're probably not missing out, Clays. Again, I'm not going to be too harsh actually on the film, because again, as a kid, I didn't hate it. I think I enjoyed it. Think I need to revisit this as a grown up to see really how bad it was and is. And has this additional footage improved it? Has it made it worse? But, it's probably holiday special kind of vibe. It's so bad it's good sort of thing, because it was absurd. It was a very strange film, and probably a missed opportunity as well. You would have thought there were plans to turn this into a franchise, a movie franchise. I know Mario is a franchise, but a movie franchise. Yeah, obviously it bombed, so therefore didn't grow legs. Probably if they went for a different style, it might have grown those legs. R.I.P. Bob Hoskins. Let's dedicate this stream to Bob Hoskins. Anyway, Phil is here. Hello, Phil. Good to see you, mate. I'm late, and I come into a picture of Mario Bros. Movie. I loved that movie as a kid. Yeah, I think we're a similar age, aren't we? Phil? Right. Get George Lucas to do a special edition of Mario, more CG lizards. Yeah. Well, apparently George Lucas is very busy at the moment, taking over Star Wars again at the age of 76 or something. That's not happening. But I would be up for a George Lucas special edition of the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Why not? We should hook him up with the people at the Movie Archive. And Phil's added that he believes they are working on an animated Mario movie at the moment. I'm surprised they hadn't done that previously. They hadn't. Was this the last big screen Mario we had? This debacle, because Sonic was a real success, wasn't it? Was it last year or the year before when that came out? Lee has come back regarding Spaceballs, the special cut that he's laid his eyes on. It was a preview copy that Brooks screened for studio heads before making a final edit. I owned the print for a while, but gave it back to the original owner. This is cool. I'm not sure how he got it out of MGM, but it's legit. This is very cool. Simon D, I wish they'd released the deleted footage from The Last Crusade, planes, trains, and automobiles, and Rocky V in HD. Yeah, I wish they would release some deleted scenes, unused footage from Rogue One. Rogue One. Apparently, there is a Vader and Tarkin scene, and also from The Rise of Skywalker as well. Am I still right in saying that there's still no deleted scenes from The Rise of Skywalker? Jeff's here as well. Hello to Jeff, and Cinematic Studios as well. George Lucas is amazing with storytelling, but he needs someone like Dave Filoni to make it work. Cinematic Studios, I just saw you asked me how my day was. My day is okay, thanks. Had my second dose of the old Vax today, so tomorrow day is probably not going to be as much of a good day. I'm basing that on the last day after the day I had the jab. I was bad. But I hope you have had a good day and have a good evening, my friend. Star Wars Meg, in The Rise of Skywalker, they deleted 2 Anakin ghost scenes. Because there were rumors, weren't there, that Hayden Christensen was at Pinewood. I mean, I don't know if they were legit rumors. But yeah, I think they probably did shoot some interesting stuff. And it is odd. It is really odd that nothing was released. Really odd. I don't know if it's partly because of the I don't know if it's because they didn't want to sort of stoke the fires of the so-called JJ cut rumors. If they released deleted scenes that were quite out of place for the film we ended up seeing, which, most deleted scenes are, I guess, by their nature, then people might have said, look how different this film could have been. There was clearly a JJ cut. This, what we ended up with clearly wasn't JJ's vision, etc. I don't know. Maybe that was something. So it's like a political decision. I don't know. But yeah, I would, Simon said here, I would love to see the Hayden footage as well. But at least we are going to get some more Hayden anyway. David's back. He's been working, not hiking this time. He's been working. Right. I'm just gonna. Oh, hello, Brian Elliott as well. Welcome back. I am just gonna pop over. I'm gonna pop over to another story, then I'll come back to the chat. A few nice little stories to help us recover from the extra 20 minutes footage of Super Mario Bros. What I have here, you might have seen. My friend Brian Herring, my Twitter friend anyway, he was the BB-8 puppeteer for the sequel trilogy. And he also got my sloppy seconds once of a job to compare Anthony Daniels' book launch at the South Bank Centre in London. He had like a book launch night, like a Q&A with an audience. And they asked me to do it. I think after asking at least 573 people to do it, they then whittled their way down the list to me. I couldn't do it because I couldn't have been any further away. I was in Australia and I was gutted. And I genuinely looked at like flying back and then flying back again for the work I was doing and basically not getting paid because like the money would have gone on the flight and some. But obviously it didn't do that. I'm not that mad. But anyway, Brian Herring ended up doing it. So I like to think BB-8 got my sloppy seconds. But anyway, he's a good dude. And he drew this to my attention. Some nice pictures, lovely little pictures. If you've had a hard day, if you're going to be like me tomorrow, probably feeling sorry for himself with the old vaccine hangover, and take a look at these. These pictures are beautiful. They are by Kyle Hagee, and the site is kylesgallery.com. So you can see more of these. But I'll scan through a couple of them for you. There we go. Kylo and Faz chilling by the lake. Beautiful stuff. Bobes getting the knitting done. Swan Lake. Darth enjoying a cuppa amongst nature. There we go. So yeah, anyway, there's loads and it's cool. I like stuff like this. Look at that battle droid. I like a battle droid enjoying a glass of red in a sultry pose. I do like that. So if you want to go and check out more of that, kylesgallery.com, and it was Brian Herring on Twitter that brought it to my attention. Yeah, they're really nice. Really, really nice stuff there. No, it's Kyle's Gallery, not Kylo's Gallery, Simon. Oh, I see what you were doing there. I see. David, what are you doing here? Never start a tangent. Because it doesn't take much for me to follow you on a tangent. Anyone on a tangent. I'm going to ramble again, and I hope you've packed your overnight bags, people, because it'll be a long one, a long stream. Not to start a tangent, but you're going to anyway. But in a movie bearing his name and completing the story, the answer is certainly yes. It would have been nice if The Chosen One hadn't been overlooked entirely. So is this going back to Hayden's deleted scenes in The Rise of Skywalker? I guess it is. Yes, Brian, your face was invading the chat for a bit. I've took you off though. I'm going to take you off again. There you go. Yeah, sorry, Stanley. We weren't on Mario Bros for too long. Gaz Nottingham says here, reading the Troz novelization, there seemed to be a lot of removed scenes. I trust the director and what we got was great. I am curious to see the scenes, though. I'm curious. I'm like at ease or at peace, sorry, with what we ended up with. Like the sequel, I think it's consistent. It's consistent. Okay, it's not consistent with so much of the sequel trilogy, but it's consistent in the sense that there are some great moments in that film. And again, missed opportunities. Or deleted opportunities, it seems. I had Greg Grunberg on the channel a few months after it was released and asked him about the so-called JJ cut. Now, Greg, I'm doing some more name dropping here. Greg is actually genuinely a friend now. You know, Brian didn't know him on Twitter, really. Greg is actually a friend. Like I've been around his house in California. I've given him and his family a tour of my area in East London. Like we are actually friends. And I can tell you that Greg would tell me, okay, so I'm not saying this very well. So Greg said in the interview, if you watched it, you might remember that it's absolute crap. The idea of there being a JJ cut. You know, of course, there's different cuts before we get to the final cut. That's the natural, process of filmmaking in post-production. But JJ, who Greg, you might say, is Snap Wexley, wouldn't have been there that much, but he was there a lot more than he needed to be because he's a fanboy and he was just there hanging out, geeking out. And also he's best mates from school with JJ. So they talk. And he said that no point, did JJ ever voice his frustration with the process with Disney. And you could say that, of course, Greg's going to say that because he's mates. He's part of the film. He doesn't want to create controversy. He would like to be back, in Disney Star Wars. He doesn't want to offend anybody, which is true. But I can tell you that Greg would tell me off the record. And if he had told me off the record, I wouldn't have brought it up. But he didn't tell me off the record. He didn't. And he was showing me pictures of the set when he was in London the second time for shooting, because he had to come back for reshoots for The Rise of Skywalker. And he was showing me, when he was with his family the second time, he was showing me pictures of his kids, with John Boyega sat on the Millennium Falcon, posing around all the different sets at Pinewood. And I was like, dude, don't show me this. Not because I'm scared of any spoilers, because it's making me angry. Why was I not invited? So when I say we're mates, but clearly not mates. Anyway, so I'm sure there was a lot removed, but how much of it was pardon the pun, forcibly removed from JJ, against his wishes, I don't know. There would have been certainly some stuff, but that happens in every film. So how much of a different film, really, these deleted scenes would have made it? I guess we'll never know. Also, wasn't there talk of, and I would have been down with this, to be honest, wasn't there talk of either making it a really crazy long Star Wars film or actually splitting it into two films? It feels like that, in hindsight, just thinking about, the first 30 minutes or something, that would have been a good move because it was jumpy, wasn't it? Anyway, Stanley's off. Take it easy, mate. I think Astramus is gone as well. Take it easy to you too. Okay, right. What else? Oh, yeah. Did anyone see this? This is not from this week. This is actually from last week. But do you remember how bad last week's stream was? It's always bad, but it was like extra especially bad because we had the technical bad meddling with the normal bad. I was in that prison. Remember, I was in the Death Star prison. So I actually gave up going through a lot of the stuff that I wanted to go through. So this I saw last week. I think Mark Hamill, unfortunately not friends with Mark Hamill, but well, I'm open to it. He brought my attention to it because he tweeted about it. Has anyone seen this? The Darth Vader house. It's in the States. This is on the mirror.co.uk. Darth Vader house that looks like Star Wars villain's helmet a little bit. Goes on sale for £3 million. and it's 7,000 square foot. It's in Houston, Texas. And Mark Hamill tweeted about it. There is a picture, if you haven't seen it, there is a picture of Darth Vader house. And I know some of you are in the States, some of you are in with me in Europe, but with different currency. In US dollars, it's 4.3 million. There's the inside. In euros, I mean, pounds and euros seem to be pretty much the same thing these days, don't they? Good old Brexit. Anyway, Darth Vader house, man. It sort of looks like Darth Vader's helmet, sort of, but I wouldn't buy it for that reason, to be honest. The main reason I wouldn't buy it is because I haven't got £3 million to spare. Anyway, right. Indiana Jones, people. In fact, let me just pop over to the chat. Oh, Lee's going as well. Lee is going. Thank you, my friend. Take care. And Glenn, I also like The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens. I enjoyed the hell out of them. Troz gets me emotionally more than any other movie. Attack of the Clones. Yeah, I'm with Gaz on that. That was a poignant moment. Chewie hearing of Leia's passing. In regards to Darth Vader house, stretching looks like to the limits of its meaning there. I do agree. It kind of looks like, kind of. I mean, only because Mark Hamill pointed it out. If I was scrolling through, multi-million pound houses that I can't buy, a manual of them, I wouldn't have, been drawn to this one by the fact it looks like Darth Vader's helmet. Kind of does, kind of doesn't. Right. Oh, no, is there technical issues? It looks like there's technical issues because David's reporting them, Prydonian's reporting them, Glenn's reporting them. Are we back yet, people? Because everything seems to be fine my end. It says the internet strength's good. I do agree that Imperial Internet sucks. And somehow, yes, they have tracked me from the Death Star prison cell to the shed. How did they manage this? Is it better now? If anyone, it's almost totally back to normal. I'm seeing from David there. Okay, it all seems fine my end. Last time it was going crazy my end too, but this time seems all right. Glenn the Geeky Hippie has said it's all right. Frogger says I dropped out a couple of times, but now it's fine again. I'm sure you didn't miss much. Right, okay, Indiana Jones. Let's talk about Indiana Jones. So obviously this is for the new film. And I mean, I can't really say that there are spoilers coming because, it's speculation. It's set pictures. In fact, it's not even set pictures. It's a picture of a location they're using and going to be building sets on. So let me just get this up. This is from Den of Geek. And the headline is Indiana Jones 5 set photos tease potential Last Crusade script connection. So Indiana Jones 5 is filming here in the UK on location. And also I assume they're using Pinewood Studios. Of course, other studios are available, but that tends to be the one that Lucasfilm uses here. And Den of Geek are crossing their fingers that Indiana Jones 5 will finally bring the Scottish ghost fight from the original The Last Crusade script to the screen. All right, then. Well, let's dive into this a little bit more. While Indiana Jones 5 is yet to officially begin production, Harrison Ford has arrived in the UK. And this is true because I saw a picture of him in a whiskey factory somewhere in England. So there you go. He's just living the life, Jets over, drinks whiskey, films Indiana Jones. What more could you want from life? So I think it's definitely unofficially begun production. And Anyway, the article goes on. We have our first set photos from Indiana Jones 5. While they don't tell us much about what we can expect from the upcoming film, they A, do make us very excited that this thing is finally happening, and B, still get us theorizing about the details of Indy's next adventure. My question to you is, first of all, are you excited that this thing is finally happening? I'll come to the chat on that in a moment, but let's look at the location. Okay, I'm going to show you these pictures, big screen in a moment, but just to let's cover the words first. Set photos shared by Switzerland_forever on Reddit show the beginning of what appears to be a castle. It's definitely a castle. I can tell you that. I'm no detective, but I can tell you this is definitely a castle. This tracks with rumors that Indiana Jones 5 will soon be filming at Bamber Castle. Wow, 1,400-year-old fortress located along the Northumberland coast. Local newspaper, the Northumberland Gazette, recently reported that filming would be taking place at the location from June 7th to 11th, and most have speculated that this will be the Indiana Jones sequel. I have learned of so many local papers in the last few months, all the Andor locations and stuff. I think on this stream, I've given more promotion to local newspapers in the last month than I have in a lifetime. I haven't been streaming for a lifetime, although some say that these streams do feel like a lifetime. Anyway, the photos, this is the interesting bit. It does get interesting. The photos have also led some indie fans to speculate that Steven Spielberg, who will be a hands-on producer for the film, helmed by Logan's James Mangold, is recycling the Scottish ghost opening from the original script for Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, written by Chris Columbus. So the initial script draft for the third film in the franchise was called Indiana Jones and the Monkey King, and it opened with Indy facing off against a Scottish ghost named Baron Seamus Seagrove III while on vacation in Scotland. This is the author's opinion here. Personally, I would love to see this sequence finally come to life. Generally, I am for Indiana Jones films, leaning away from trying to depict cultures the creators know nothing about, and Scottish mythology seems like a history Hollywood filmmakers might actually be able to handle. Plus, ghosts are fun. Ghosts are fun, and this would be a fun opening to this film. I mean, I suppose the only concrete evidence, stone evidence that lends to this theory is the fact it's a castle, which could be in Scotland. It could be made to look like it's in Scotland. It ain't far from Scotland, but anyway, that's cool. So let me just get the pictures up full screen and then come over to the chat. I am going to just come to the chat to check that we haven't got technical issues again. No, seems to be all right. Technical issues are currently not getting in the way of us having a good time. Right, so let's get these pictures up on big screen. So I've got to open up a new page. No, not that one. Right, so I mean, you can just go and look this up yourself, obviously, but I'll do the work for you. You sit back and relax. Okay, so these are the pictures. At No Forts posted these on Twitter. Indiana Jones 5 location spoiler. There's no real spoiler here. Filming believed to take place at Bamber Castle in Northumberland in the UK, June 4th to 12th. Let's look at the pictures. Very good. You can see that there is a member of the crew there, and the props are being brought in. Additional bits of furniture and props. There's a landscape of the castle. Very pretty. Very pretty. We are having some beautiful weather at the moment in the UK. And that includes where I am and also Northumberland, because the UK, despite being a small country, it's schizophrenic, and it could be, crazy heat wave in London. Meanwhile, snow in Scotland. Madness. There's the inside looking a bit blurry. I guess if you're using obviously a location like this looks pretty spectacular from the outside, but I guess you're also going to be filming inside as well, rather than building sets for it if you've got it anyway. And there is one of the props, some kind of throne that's been brought in by the production. All right. I'm going to come over to the chat, see what you guys think of this, whether you think there could be any truth to that connection to the Scottish Ghost King, and also whether you want this film or not. All right, where am I? Yeah, local papers, those, what is this new devilry? Blast from the past, isn't it? I'm surprised they're still going. I mean, mostly they're online, aren't they? I don't know if they're actually, I don't know if any of these papers that I've referenced over the last few months actually physically exist anymore. Because obviously I'm looking at websites anyway. Babbling Booby, always good to have you back. Babbling Booby does not want any more Indiana Jones. Please let Dr. Jones rest in peace. Phil Hawkins, my old hometown's local paper, was reporting on the second Downton Abbey movie filming there. Local papers, a wealth of film gossip. Who knew? Yeah, they've been having a field day, so to speak, with the Andor stuff. And yeah, I never seen Downton Abbey actually, but I did hear that there's going to be another movie for Christmas. Heard that from my mum. She is the target audience, I guess. Richard, Ghost and Indiana Jones just doesn't sound right. I mean, it was an idea they had a long time ago and obviously got rid of. Are they bringing it back? Like, it seems fairly tenuous. You know, this connection has purely been made on the fact that we think they're filming at a castle. But then again, you know, Steven Spielberg's involvement could make it a possibility, I suppose. Glenn has added, well, we had 1,000-year-old knights, aliens, and ghosts coming out of the ark, so ghosts don't seem too odd. Clays is looking forward to Indy 5. Sorry, the chat's doing the jumpy thing, jumping forward. Frogger says, I hope they learn from Crystal Skull and therefore Indy 5 will be awesome. Yeah, Crystal Skull wasn't great. Glenn the Geeky Hippie is a fan of Downton Abbey. That's fine. That's fine. It's massively popular, isn't it, around the world? I've never seen it. I can't even judge it because I've never seen it. You know, I was slagging off Friends on Monday. I have seen Friends, so I'm within my right to slag it off. But Downton, I haven't seen it, so you know, I'm not gonna poo-poo it. Frogger says, he remembers him and his mates walking out of Crystal Skull and needing a couple of pints to progress what they had just seen, just to take it all in. Yeah, and maybe a few more pints after the few pints to sort of help you forget what you just seen. No, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad, but not the best indie. Pridonian, how old is too old for 4 to be Tomb Raiding as indie? I actually enjoyed Crystal Skull, but have reservations about doing another one. Yeah, because when did Crystal Skull come out now? And you know, Harrison did look pretty old in The Force Awakens, and even that now was 6 years ago. Do you want to see a picture of Harrison in the UK at the moment? Not like a live picture. I haven't got like a drone following him round or anything. Not yet. But this is the picture of him in the whiskey place I mentioned. Hang on a second. All right. On Fanfare Tracks, there he is. Harrison Ford arrives in the UK ahead of Indiana Jones filming. Again, not officially begun this filming, and we only know he's in the UK. We only assume it's for Indy. We only know because he was visiting the headquarters of Bremont Watches in Henley-on-Thames in Oxfordshire to enjoy flying watches and fine whiskey. Again, this dude is living the life. So that's what he currently looks like pretty recently. When did Bremont Watches post this? Can't see the date, but anyway, pretty recently. Henley, by the way, is the home of Martin Reed, the stormtrooper that bumped his head, we think. Very posh, very posh, Henley. Yeah. Anyway, just in case you're wondering what he looks like right now. But yeah, I don't know how much of a role. I mean, obviously he's going to have stupid for me to say how much of a role, questioning how much of a role he's going to have. But I mean, in terms of the action. Wow. Gaz has said that Harrison Ford might be 80 by the time they finish filming. Yeah, good on him. Good on him. Hello, Skywalker Sound. Good to see you, my friend. Indy could be pretending to be a Scottish lord searching the castle for tapestries again. That's from Simon D. Phil is asked, correctly assumed that I did not watch the Frenzy reunion. Gaz, after a rewatch of Crystal Skull after a few years, I've changed my mind and can say it was enjoyable. Really didn't like it at the time. Yeah, it's not awful. It's not awful. Simon's added that Harrison looks good for his age, but I was fine with ending with The Last Crusade. Indy is an 80s thing for me, but you're still going to see it, aren't you, Simon? You're still going to see it. And whenever this thing comes out, when Harrison Ford's 80, he might be 81 by the time it actually comes out, surely we'll be in a more normal world and we can see it on the big screen. Yeah. And Pridonian here on Ford. I thought Ford really looked the part in The Force Awakens, but even in the couple of year gap with Rise of Skywalker, I thought he looked a lot older in that. Yeah, I mean, he looks pretty good for his age. So what is he, like 77, 78? You know? He's pretty in shape for that age. But they're obviously going to have a younger stunt double in an old man wig, I suppose. Anyway, I think that's it. Just want to say a couple of bits of housekeeping for anyone that's still here. He's 78 at the moment. Thank you, Richard. Little bit off Glenn's prediction. Let's say that he's 110. I might have gone with that. I might have gone with you there, Glenn, if Richard hadn't come in with probably the more accurate age for Mr. Ford. So a couple of bits of housekeeping. I did mention these are the actors looking for our Star Wars interview series. June's episode is out now with a cameo from Richard and his comment there, but with Carol Christina de Silva. It's a good one. It's a good one. Go and check it out. Leave a comment. Hit that like button. Watch as much as you can of it for the old retention. All these things that YouTube say triggers the algorithm. Haven't seen it personally, but I guess we keep going. We keep going until we do see it personally. Also, I've been doing the Bad Batch streams on a Monday called the Chat Batch. I will not be doing them for the next couple of weeks, but I will incorporate for those weeks the Chat Batch into the Geekend Live on a Thursday. So what I'll do is I will do the normal stream on a Thursday, half an hour, yeah, and then for the final kind of 15-20 minutes, seamlessly merge it into the Chat Batch. So anyone who wants to be here for the normal stream but doesn't care about the Chat Batch, the Bad Batch, and the Chat Batch is an extension of that, or is avoiding spoilers or whatever, they can leave. They can leave and still have experienced the wonder of the regular Geekend Live. So for the next few weeks, no Chat Batch on a Monday, but I think certainly later in the season we'll bring it back to the Monday. But so we're going to incorporate that into the Thursday, and I'll also still have a guest come on for the shorter Chat Batch. Glenn's asking, so no Chat Batch next Monday, that's right. And for the next how many weeks? Definitely for the next 2, maybe 3. But I'll keep you posted on a Thursday about that. I'll give you on the Thursday before the Monday where I know we're back, I'll tell you. But definitely for the next 2 Mondays. Skywalker Sound, watch the Carol interview. Thank you. Yeah, she really, really charismatic. And again, all right, the handmaidens were literally background characters, but she was really involved in the production for a long time. She worked on that film for a couple of months, I think. So she has got some great stories. Simon D adds, in regards to Carol was very charming and looks better now than she did in The Phantom Menace, like Ula, Femi Taylor. And I did notice some chemistry, the old Stangram schmooze. Hey. She's spoken for, I believe. Any fun plans for the weekend, Jamie? No, got nothing. I'm assuming tomorrow's out. I know it's not the weekend, but I mentioned I had the second dose and it knocked me out first time round. So I'm assuming tomorrow I'll be in a bad way, and that might still be the case on Saturday. So no plans at the moment. Do you have any fun plans? If you do, I hope they do end up being fun. Frogger, Star Wars Meg has to come back for chat batch if Fennec Shan makes another appearance. Yeah, Meg's going to come back. She's going to come back. Obviously, you know, we had to make up after I offended her by slagging off Friends live on the stream. She is a Friends fan, but we have Winnie the Pooh and Star Wars in common at least. So yeah, she'll be back. Yeah, Richard. Yeah, give the interview a watch. It's only 6 minutes, 6-7 minutes, I think. It's a good one. I'm going to say this. I mean, technically at the moment, they're not the best because we're still doing them online. You know, I can't wait till we start doing these in person again, these interviews. But still, the subject matter is all there. Yeah, man, pop over to the shed for a few pints, Glenn, if you can make it over in time. We need Concord back, don't we? I could binge watch Rebels. Yeah. If watching the extended Super Mario Bros. Movie doesn't put me off watching anything for life. Let's see how that goes. Oh yeah, Phil. Yeah, Phil, I'll be doing I'm on Phil's Red Dwarf podcast. So yeah, you put it on YouTube, don't you, Phil, as well as on podcast platforms. So if you go and check out Phil's channel, and if Monday hits you hard, not having me in your life, you'll only have to wait till Tuesday because I'll be on Phil's podcast. We've pre-recorded it already. I know our UK audience will know Red Dwarf, and I think it crossed the pond a little bit in the States. Phil actually told me that they made an American version, which in the end bombed, and the UK version did better than the US version. I might be wrong there. But yeah, check out Phil's channel. Also, if you like things like that too, and other pop culture stuff, Phil's got your back on that. A few people asking for Phil's channel. Phil, if you're still here, stick it in the chat, quick. Or it's his name. Just type in Philip Hawkins on YouTube and it should come up. Yeah, podcast Everybody is Dead. Dave is the name. And I'll tell you what, I'll add for anyone watching on the replay, I'll make it easier for you. I will put a link in. I'll try and remember to put a link in to Phil's YouTube channel. And yeah, we'll get Phil on this channel at some point as well. Glenn has confirmed that Red Dwarf did make it over to the USA. Boys from the Dwarf. That's right, Pridonian. And meanwhile, Gaz has been rewatching Rebels. Yeah, look, I'm going to do it. You've won. And I'm going to read that comic probably tomorrow. So next week, maybe we can talk about that comic and the big reveal, this big ending. I was even thinking about making a video about it, which would, it's not something I usually do, but we'll talk about it on next week's stream if I don't make a video about it. There'll be plenty of other YouTubers making videos about it if they haven't already. Yeah, man. I had you in mind, actually. So we'll talk. We will talk. David asking, could I add a link to Kyle's gallery from earlier as well? We'll definitely be sharing that with friends. Yeah. Is there anything else you'd like me to do for you, David? Would you like me to come over and cook your dinner for you as well? I will add that. I'm going to have to do that quite soon, though, because I will forget. I think there's like a little kind of turning over period when you come off live before it becomes a video I can go in and make changes to. So eventually I will add those links. Kyle's gallery and Phil's YouTube channel. I will do that for you, David. And I will cook your dinner for you as well. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining me once again. I hope it hasn't been too painful for you. I hope the technical experience hasn't been quite as bad as last week. It's been easier for me, being back in the shed as opposed to the Death Star prison. It wasn't easy streaming from a Death Star prison. Okay, Simon, you've given me a reason not to come to Brighton. Thank you. In Brighton, they are showing Friends on the beach. I like Brighton, but and I like you, Simon. I want to come and have a pint with you in Brighton, but nah, not anymore. Blown it. So when that finishes, I'll come back. I'll come and see you. Right. SUK, Indiana Jones 5, The Haunted Castle. Yeah. Thank you, guys. And looks like a few of you have tracked down Philip online. That is good. And yeah, Phil does some good stuff, and we'll see him on this channel soon as well. So final reminder, Nova chat batch on Monday. Also, David, by the way, David was the guy who made Jones Capone. Was the guy who made the logo for the chat batch. So thank you. I owe you a dinner. Actually, I owe you a steak done medium rare. All right. Thank you, everyone. Oh, Clays, you've reminded me. Got to make this stream under an hour. Poor Chad. Chad obviously leaves on the 30-minute mark. But anyway, Clays, what you reminded me is to say thank you to all Patreon members. And there, your name is on that list. There we go. So thank you for reminding me to put that up, because I often forget. And thank you as well for joining the Patreon. But then there's the chat batch. It's the chat batch, people. I've put on the wrong thing. Right. Okay, everybody. I think I've covered all the messages. I can see Simon's angry about something and unsubbed. Have you unsubbed from me, or is that from Phil? Richard's saying bye. This is the point where I need you to hang up on me, people. Hang up on me. Glenn saying congrats for the second shot. Thank you. Yeah, the Geeknd gang. And David is right. Another thing I often forget. Don't forget to hit that like button, people. Boys and girls, hit that like button. SUK, Indy 5 currently filming in the UK castle based on a bit of Indiana 3. Yeah, that's we were talking about that earlier. It's interesting. I mean, it's all speculation. We don't know if 100% that it is Indiana Jones filming that castle, but it seems very, very, very likely. But thank you, SUK, for joining, and thank you, everybody. So now I'm definitely going to hang up. If you're not going to hang up on me, I am going to hang up on you. So I will see you next Thursday. I mean, I'll be uploading a video before next Thursday, but the next stream will be next Thursday. Pridonian, don't worry. Doesn't mean you have to stay clear of the Geekend Live, though. Even when the chat batch becomes part of it briefly for a few weeks, I will we'll start as a normal Geekend Live, and we'll do the chat batch at the end, so you can leave at the appropriate moment. Anyway, I've got to go. I've got to get to Brighton. Friends is on. All right, everyone. See you soon.